At the age of 44, Justin Timberlake has already left a significant mark on global pop culture. He was the frontman of a super popular music group, launched an equally successful solo career, and starred in a dozen box office hit films. The artist became a star back in his teenage years and since then skillfully built up his reputation as a sweet guy with a charming smile, a model family man, and the father of 2 children. Not even numerous scandals, which he repeatedly found himself at the center of, could destroy that image. However, after the release of Britney Spears' sensational memoirs, a dark streak began in Timberlake's life. So let's try to figure out why Timberlake has lost his former popularity. Well, let's begin. But before we start, a quick announcement. Our project team is looking for content creators. If you keep up with the news and know your way around the rap industry in the United States, and if you can write engagingly, get in touch with us via the email listed in the video description. We'd love to have you join our team. Payment details will be discussed privately. At the end of July 2025, after completing the 2-year-long world tour Forget Tomorrow, Justin Timberlake appeared on social media with an unexpected confession. First, he thanked fans, family, and friends for supporting him throughout his 30-year career, and then announced that he has health problems and does not know what awaits him in the future. Here are his words. "I was diagnosed with Lyme disease. I am not saying this so that you pity me. I just want to shed light on what I had to deal with behind the scenes. If you have encountered this illness or know someone who had it, then you know. Living with this condition can be very exhausting, both mentally and physically."
We're back with a health alert here on ABC News Live. Singer Justin Timberlake says that he's been diagnosed with Lyme disease. The pop star making that announcement on social media, posting that he'd been feeling a massive amount of nerve pain and, quote, crazy fatigue or sickness while he was performing. He also says living with the disease can be relentlessly debilitating, both mentally and physically.
The artist clarified that he started feeling unwell when the tour was at its peak, and it took doctors several months to figure out the cause of his condition. All that time he suffered from fever, severe neurological pain, bouts of nausea, and weakness. That Timberlake was clearly not in the best shape did not escape his fans. On social media, they repeatedly complained that the singer looked sluggish and apathetic, hardly danced during performances, and regularly delayed the start of concerts. Timberlake admitted that he was so exhausted from the illness that at one point he was ready to interrupt the tour and leave the stage. "I had to make a difficult decision, stop touring or continue and deal with it. I decided that the joy that performances bring me far outweighs the stress my body experiences," he wrote. The singer emphasized that he is proud that, despite the illness, he carried the tour through to the end. However, now, freed from obligations, he decided to focus on his health and family. This statement sounded so much like a farewell that fans thought Timberlake intended to end his career, and that the reason for this decision was not just the illness. The last few years have indeed been quite difficult for the singer, but just a decade ago he was considered a pop idol and a lucky star. Timberlake was raised in a religious yet creative environment. His grandfather was a Baptist pastor, and his father was a church conductor. He was instilled with a love for music and dance from early childhood. He also began performing early. At first, Timberlake attended church on Sundays with his family, where he sang in the church choir. When he turned 12 years old, he became one of the cast members of the popular 1990s Disney show The Mickey Mouse Club, and 2 years after the show was cancelled, he became a member of the music group NSYNC.
Baby, bye, bye, bye. Don't wanna be a fool for you.
The pop group rapidly conquered first the United States and then the entire world. 5 handsome guys filled stadiums, recorded one album after another that sold in multi-million copies, and in 2002 even performed at the closing ceremony of the Winter Olympics and at the Super Bowl. In 1997, the group released their first album. The team of young, talented, and charismatic guys immediately gained dizzying popularity. The album sold 11 million copies. In total, NSYNC recorded 7 studio albums, but the most popular was the 2000 No Strings Attached record, which sold 15 million copies.
For me, it's a lesson to be learned.
Having tasted fame and money, Timberlake quickly wanted more, so he first tried himself as an actor and then began a solo career. Technically, NSYNC never even broke up. The musicians simply announced a creative hiatus that still has not ended.
When it comes to your day job with NSYNC, right? Boy bands are a very easy target, right? To hate on, you know? It's very easy to criticize the boy band, but it seems like even the haters would always be like, but Justin, he's different. Justin's the guy, you know? Did you ever hear that, and did that ever make things hard?
Well, I think when we first came out, it was easy to hate on us because we were part of this new weird revolution of marketing as far as the press and the people were concerned. But I think as time passed and they realized that we were artists and that we did love what we did, and especially with the release of Celebrity, I feel like we kicked a lot of people in the ass basically, who said we weren't gonna stick around. Especially with songs like Girlfriend and Gone. You know, we just kind of showed them that we are artists.
As a result, NSYNC was gradually forgotten, and Timberlake became a true celebrity. His romance with pop princess Britney Spears indirectly contributed to his rise in popularity. His debut record Justified exploded on all the charts. It was awarded 2 Grammy statuettes, and the singer also received a nomination for the prestigious MTV Award. According to Timberlake, he fell in love with Britney at the age of 12, when he first saw her on the Mickey Mouse Club. However, they only got close in 1999 during the joint concert tour of Britney and the group NSYNC. Neither annoying paparazzi nor a tight work schedule could interfere with the couple's happiness. They freely displayed their feelings in public and showered each other with compliments in interviews. Fans were delighted with the union of 2 celebrities and called them the iconic couple of the decade.
I was pretty infatuated with her.
Well, he said I love you to you when you were on the...
He did. I know, I saw
that. I'd like you to work very hard to make it work.
In 2001, Spears and Timberlake began living together and, according to friends, resembled a happy married couple. That is why the news of their breakup just a year after buying a house together shocked fans. For more than 20 years, only one version of why it happened was known, the one that Timberlake conveyed both directly and indirectly. While Spears remained silent, he released the song Cry Me a River, which he dedicated to his former lover.
Now it's your turn to cry.
It was the story of an unhappy guy whose heart was broken by a treacherous cheater. The song instantly became a hit. When the video came out, in which the lead role was played by a girl who looked very much like Britney, no one had any doubt that she was the one to blame for the breakup. Subsequently, the singer repeatedly promoted himself on Britney Spears' name and eagerly discussed their relationship in interviews. He revealed secrets of his former lover to journalists, spoke sharply about her unstable mental state, and discussed their sex life.
What did you think of the opening number?
It was very glossy. What did you think of it?
I love the expression on your face when they kissed.
Come on, man.
Oh yeah, the cameras were right on top of Britney's ex, Justin.
Well, the expression came from the fact that the cameras were, you know, right after the kiss, they were like this. And I was like, come on.
It's too easy, right?
Yeah, it's you know,
but what'd you think?
had to expect
It was pretty sexy. That was kind of fun to watch.
It's always sexy. I'm not going to take that away from anybody up.
At one of the award shows, Timberlake even brought a blow-up sex doll in a blonde wig onto the stage and joked, "Oh, I had a girlfriend like this and she was about as useful as this one." And when in 2007 Spears had a public nervous breakdown and shaved her head, Timberlake, who was already dating his future wife Jessica Biel, sarcastically remarked, "I would be horrified if my beloved woman behaved like a crazy person." Fortunately, Jessica has brains and hair. Although Timberlake, even 5 years after the breakup, still mentioned Britney Spears and his broken heart in conversations with journalists, in reality, he got over the failed romance rather quickly. A couple of months after breaking up with the singer, he began dating dancer Jenna Dewan and then charmed star Alyssa Milano. However, that romance also ended on a sour note. Paparazzi caught Timberlake cheating. In 2003, the artist began dating Cameron Diaz. Their relationship lasted 4 years, and according to rumors, ended when Justin felt overshadowed by the famous actress. However, their breakup went peacefully. After Justin, "I didn't date anyone for about a year. I consciously wanted to be alone. But we maintained a friendly relationship. He is creative, funny, original," said Diaz. Overall, the early 2000s became a time of a rapid rise for Timberlake. He released a successful second album, for which he received 4 Grammys, constantly gave concerts, and went on a world tour. Not even the scandal that broke out in 2004 overshadowed his success. That year, the singer performed at the Super Bowl together with Janet Jackson. During the performance of Rock Your Body, he got so carried away with the show that he accidentally, according to his words, tore off part of his partner's top, exposing her right breast. The incident was perceived ambiguously by the public. The CBS channel that broadcast the Super Bowl received about 500,000 complaints from viewers and was fined $550,000. Both artists had to apologize publicly. However, it was Janet Jackson who bore the brunt of criticism. Her songs were banned on radio and television, and the episode with the exposed breast went viral online. Later, in an interview with Oprah Winfrey, the singer bitterly noted that the scandal did not particularly affect Timberlake's reputation. In that same 2004, he received 2 Grammy Awards and began acting in films, while her career went into decline.
This is going to be the first and the last time that she ever talks about what happened that day.
I am really sorry if I offended anyone. That was truly not my intention.
What people don't understand is more came off than what was supposed to. I sat down to record the apology. The management that I had at the time, They thought it was important that I did.
A few years later, Janet Jackson's stylist revealed that the Super Bowl incident was not an accident at all. It was a pre-planned stunt initiated by Timberlake, who was eager to pull some indecent act on stage to outshine the sensational performance of Britney Spears and Madonna. When in 2018, the organizers of the Super Bowl suggested that Jackson perform again with Timberlake, she firmly refused. After returning from the scandal, Timberlake released hit after hit. For example, he recorded a duet with Madonna on the song 4 Minutes. The choreography in the video for this composition was recognized as one of the best in the industry. In addition to MTV Video Music Awards nominations, Justin was awarded the Michael Jackson Award. He also has 9 Grammys and 4 Emmys in his collection.
Well, don't waste time. Give me a sign. Tell me how you want.
Other collaborations were no less successful. For example, the track Give It To Me, recorded by rapper Timbaland together with Nelly Furtado and Timberlake, received People's Choice and Grammy Awards.
Could you speak up and stop my mumbling? I don't think you came in clear.
A landmark event in the artist's career was his performance as a guest star at the Eurovision Song Contest in 2016. In the final, the musician performed his composition Can't Stop the Feeling. That was also the first time the festival was broadcast on American television, which allowed him to attract a new audience.
I can see but you when you dance, feel good creeping.
Critics started talking about the acting talent of the popular singer only in 2010, after the release of the drama The Social Network. Timberlake played internet entrepreneur Sean Parker. The film won 3 Oscar statuettes and was nominated for 8. Justin received a Critics' Choice Award and the Screen Actors Guild Award. Over the next 10 years, the singer released 2 more albums, went on another tour, collected an entire collection of prestigious awards, and added such high-profile projects as Alpha Dog, The Social Network, In Time, Friends with Benefits, and Bad Teacher to his filmography. During this same period, he began dating actress Jessica Biel. They met in 2007 at the Golden Globe Awards ceremony, but only a year later declared themselves a couple, when the actress for the first time called her relationship with Timberlake the most precious gift in life. Until March 2011, when they suddenly announced their breakup, it seemed that their relationship was completely idyllic. Insiders close to the couple claimed that the reason was Timberlake's infidelity, who allegedly cheated on Biel with actress Olivia Munn. Others insisted that the reason for the breakup was that the singer dragged out marriage for too long. Whatever the reason for the breakup, 8 months later, Timberlake and Biel got back together and decided to get married. The wedding took place in 2012 in Italy, and in 2015 they had their first child. In March 2013, Justin released his 3rd album, The 20 of 20 Experience, recorded in the neo-soul genre. The record received high praise from fans and critics, which could not be said about its follow-up album. In February 2018, Timberlake presented his 5th studio album, Man of the Woods. The title is connected to the name of his son Silas, which comes from the biblical Silas, forest. The record included 16 tracks, among them duets with Chris Stapleton and Alicia Keys.
About you to anyone outside.
In 2019, during the filming of the movie Palmer, Timberlake began an affair with his on-screen partner Alicia Wainwright. Paparazzi captured the couple in one of the New Orleans clubs where they behaved like true lovers. The tabloids immediately accused the artist of cheating. In an attempt to justify himself, he wrote on social media that nothing happened between him and his colleague and that he had just had too much to drink, which is why he allowed himself to show overly exuberant, friendly affection. Here are his words, quote, "All these speculations hurt the people I love. There was nothing between me and my co-star. I regret my behavior. Of course, this is not the example I want to set for my son." However, fans did not believe Timberlake. His public apology also failed to convince his wife. Rumor had it that her husband's escapade hit her so hard that she moved him into the guest house and seriously thought about divorce. Many believe that their marriage was saved only by the birth of their second child, whom the actress was pregnant with when Timberlake had the fling with Wainwright. Another serious problem for the singer was Britney Spears' memoirs, released in October 2023, in which she decided, after 20 years, to tell the world her truth about their relationship. The singer revealed that she became pregnant by Timberlake, but he insisted on an abortion. She also wrote that the singer regularly cheated on her and informed her of their breakup with a short message. In addition, Spears accused Timberlake of tarnishing her name and ruining her reputation in 2002 for the sake of promoting his solo album.
We're back now with a major revelation from pop icon Britney Spears.
In an excerpt from her new book called The Woman in Me, provided to People magazine, Spears said she had an abortion as a teenager after a pregnancy with Justin Timberlake.
After the release of the book, rumors once again surfaced about Timberlake and Biel's divorce, but once again, they were not confirmed. However, Timberlake's return to the music scene after a 6-year break was in jeopardy. He was forced to postpone the release of his new album and push back the start of his tour. However, the artist did not admit any guilt toward Britney Spears. "I would like to take this opportunity to apologize. To no one, damn it, to no one," he declared during a performance in New York at the end of January 2024, after which he performed his scandalous hit, "Cry Me a River."
I'd like to take this opportunity to apologize to absolutely nobody.
After the statement, Timberlake's already fragile reputation quickly went downhill. Even his most loyal fans turned away from him, and this became a truly painful blow for the singer. The criticism he faced, provoked by Spears' revelations, was hard for him to endure. It was also an unpleasant surprise for him that during the years he had not been pursuing his music career, the number of fans of his work had significantly decreased. His new album did not top any chart, and ticket sales for concerts were worse than he expected. Timberlake coped with stress by turning to alcohol. In June 2024, he was arrested for driving under the influence. According to reports from the American press, the singer was so drunk that he could not stay in his lane and ignored a stop sign. When detained, he was unsteady on his feet, unable to concentrate, and spoke slowly. At the police station, the musician insisted he had only had 1 glass of martini, but he refused to take a breathalyzer test 3 times. Police later discovered that Timberlake had not stopped at just 1 drink. He had been drinking alcohol all evening in the bar of a suburban New York hotel, then stole someone else's cocktail from a table and left. Fans of Britney Spears, who had repeatedly criticized Timberlake in the past for treating the singer badly after breaking up with her in 2002, reacted to his arrest with memes and calls on social media to listen to and buy Spears' song Criminal on streaming platforms. The track was released in 2011 as part of Spears' album Femme Fatale. In the song, there is a line where she sings that she fell in love with a bad boy with a tainted heart. As a result, the track entered the iTunes chart in various countries, including Brazil and Mexico, where it broke into the top 10. Sources close to the star revealed that he had been abusing alcohol for a long time. For many years, Timberlake secretly battled his destructive habit with mixed success, but after a string of troubles, his addiction spiraled out of control. Justin was stressed because of the drama with Britney, and some of us noticed that he started drinking more. He's not an alcoholic, but he was advised to quit in order to keep a clear head in public, said an insider from the musician's circle. Even after the arrest, Timberlake did not give up alcohol. At concert rehearsals, he often smelled of booze, something his team couldn't help but notice. But even Beale couldn't influence her husband. The only thing that forced the artist to reconsider his lifestyle was Lyme disease. He suddenly realized he had to stop drinking, reduce stress, and stop overworking if he wanted to get better. Now the 44-year-old performer claims that he plans to become the best version of himself and devote all his energy to restoring his relationship with his wife.
Justin told me at dinner one time, "Bro, I got one thing to say to you, man. Stay right here. Do not get any more famous than you are right now. Because you can walk out of this place. They're not trying to take photos. I don't know why I'm still doing a JT impression. But yo, sometimes I can do it. For real though." But he was like, when I go to a hotel, I'm more or less like a prisoner in the hotel. I don't leave. If I go to work out, I turn around, I got 4 people filming me working out. Everywhere I go. I've never had real depression. That would send me spiraling off planet. There are people that are inclined to be the fame monster. I met Gaga when Just Dance had been out for 30 days. And she came up to me without it being prideful or boastful at all. It came across as authentic. She was like, "My intention is to be the biggest artist in the world. And I'm doing it." It was so matter of fact, like, I kind of believe you. And then she did.
In the 2020s, Justin Timberlake is not only an actor and singer, but also a film producer, composer, and songwriter. In 2023, he worked on the 3rd installment of the Trolls franchise. The singer once again voiced the main character, wrote music, and composed the soundtrack. The title track, Better Place, was released in the fall. For the performance of the song, the original NSYNC lineup reunited. This was the first recorded song of the boy band in 20 years.
You like the bass down low. I wanna lose control. I wanna dance.
Timberlake is also an ambassador for the fashion house Louis Vuitton. In particular, he participated in a photoshoot for the LV collaboration with Japanese artist Yayoi Kusama. The actor promotes leather bags decorated with pumpkins. Additionally, Timberlake, along with golfer Tiger Woods and entrepreneurs Joe Louis and Mark Bellissimo, decided to build a full-fledged city in the state of Florida, covering 243 hectares. The project includes private homes and apartment buildings with all the necessary infrastructure, as well as a golf course, tennis courts, swimming pools, a basketball court, gyms, a park with a lake, shops, and offices. However, there is little heard about Justin's music today, and scandals with endless infidelities do not help his career either. And that's all for now. What do you think about Justin Timberlake's career? Share your opinion in the comments, give us a like, and subscribe to the channel. Bye, everyone.